So I'm in my bunk bed. Here's the place on the guest house of backpackers in 4 beds, bottom and top, and at the bottom you can see outside. And this is my happy home. I moved from the top bed after 2 nights of stay. Last night was a little wild, people drinking, making noise. But that reminded me, although, like the time when I was in Vipassana. This is in CBC, California, Vipassana Center nearby Yosemite, 2000. And they didn't have a good dwelling, so we are squeezed into a small room, and there was a guy snoring. And he was full of muscle, black guy. Turned out to be he was a supervisor at the prison in San Francisco. We don't talk while we spent 10 days. So at the end, we finally conversed and understood that he came to this Vipassana course so that he can bring back this practice at the prison that he works. But to me, noise of his snoring was just one of those experiences. Acceptance, focus on breathing, and I did just fine. So that was the first day of Vipassana, 10-day course. Never forget that. I've been there dozens of times, and now the buildings are much better. In a way, I remember the old buildings and some wild feeling that we are doing something, not in an established building. So that was kind of fun, and I was damn serious to spend 10 days. That's another story that I shared. But this experience in this backpackers inn, I don't know why, but I like. And just a while ago, I talked to some girls who was having a good time last night. She's from Argentina, perhaps early 30s. Had a good conversation. We talked about the movie Avatar and Exterminator for some reason. The talk, I was surprised that although I watched just the beginning of Avatar, she told me that there was a tree representing something similar that I talk about, the tree analogy of life, that people feel some connection to that tree. So the image of tree and my image of me with a tree root get the energy through the trunk and expand, explore different direction with the branches to grow. Sometimes branches breaks because of the storm or the wind or some accident, but they try to move, grow, sucking up the energy from the wood And that's why I think this connection to heart is representing similar to the tree analogy of life. And I heard that in Avatar there was some moment like that. So we had long talk of her upbringings in Argentina. She went up to Northern California, even got involved with some weed, but not lost, but had the connection to the ocean, surfing, also diving. And sharing the experience was quite interesting. Like the one I remember is when she was diving, the master took her in the middle of the night, and at the bottom they turned off the light. This is with scuba, and spent silent for 2 minutes. And she could see those microorganisms, you call it, the light bugs, story like that. When the waves hit, they show those lights, reminding me of my time in Maui on sailboat, going across different islands. Maybe 30 years ago, I had the occasion to go dive from the boat, and remember, put myself down at the bottom with only snorkel, and looking up, I saw the boat and the moon above that in silence. There's something about the ocean we talked about and the relation, and she does painting on waves. Interesting conversation. So, this is the third night I'm staying in this bed. Looks like I have a little view of the garden, and this may be the place I may spend another 2 months plus. Let me show you one more time. Here's my backpack. I go the other direction. And that's Kyle in the back. Here you are. You always show up somewhere.
I know.
So, I showed his video the other day. He decided to stay 4 days longer. Maybe I influenced him to stay a little longer. The funny thing is just to note for myself too that he was in Izu, and I think I met the guy he met in my little town. He's a French guy, and accidentally we start to communicate and connect. Synchronicity. Awakening. Ocean. Backpackers in. 4 people in this little room. Another 4 people down there. And 2 more. I'm feeling totally comfortable here. Remind me of a small backpackers in Izu I stayed, and managing the place for a while. Managing means cleaning up and the toilet and change seats and wash and everything. In about 3 tatami mat size of a room, even smaller. I must have a video on that one. So this one is kind of similar. If you ask me why I do this, I cannot answer to you. There's something about life that I like playing like this, exploring, possibly growing in some way or the other. Heart at the center. May all beings be happy.